those weeks, hasn't it, where you think to yourself, so much has happened. I wish I could spend an hour with a panel of 7 professional comedians dissecting and lightly making fun of current events. Well, you're not going to believe your luck. It's time for exactly that, because this is 7 days. Now, there's a clear hierarchy here at 7 days, like in the military or a restaurant kitchen. So let's meet our comedy sous chefs, or as I call them, team leaders. And leading team 1 is what you'd get if you drew a beard on a Cabbage Patch doll. It's Rhys Mathewson. How you doing, buddy?
I'm okay.
Yeah, good week, good week.
Dog troubles.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I've got a dog, Gus. He's 3, and you know some dogs, they kind of become like their owners.
Yes, I've heard that.
So, like, you meet someone, they're very anxious, they've got a very anxious dog, or they're a very hyperactive dog, hyperactive person. So I was at the park with my dog this week, and I saw him drag a dead rat out of the bush, poo on it, roll around on it, and then poo on it again. I went home, I said to my wife, what have you been up to?
Who's on your team, Rhys?
Oh, I've got a hot team, one fed night. Jeremy first up. She's got a young baby at home, so the only power of the dog she's seen is Clifford. It's Lana Walters. And down the end, she might be the second Smith to slap someone on TV this week. It's Justine Smith.
The leader of Team 2 looks a bit like Rhys Mathewson's cooler older brother who doesn't want to be associated with him anymore. Still sells him weed, though. It's Ben Hurley. And how have you been this last 7 days, Ben?
Do you know, I've been good, but I witnessed the fact that New Zealanders are missing overseas visitors very much.
Okay, yeah.
Because the borders are about to open, but I think we're losing our minds. I was in a sunglasses store. It was just me and the shopkeeper. The small store. Yeah. And a guy pokes his head in the shop and says to the shopkeeper, "Parlez-vous français?" The shopkeeper goes, "What?" And I go, "Oh, he just asked, do you speak French?" And the guy's like, "Nah, man, I don't speak French." And I swear the guy went, "Neither do I. Au revoir!" And left. It was bananas.
It's people faking being overseas tourists.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And I ran after. I said, "What do you think of New Zealand?"
Hey, I know you always bring a tough team and a good team. Who's on your team?
I got a great team tonight, Jeremy. I've got the legendary Michele A. Court and a guy that looks like he should be in court, Paul Douglas.
Take me away.
Good team, Ben. Good team too. We're going to start tonight with a round of newsmakers. I'll show each team something from the last week of news. They'll tell me why it's newsworthy. Team 1, you're up first. To quote the great band Nickelback, look at this photograph. Why was this in the news?
Has John Travolta brought a briefcase of Scientology with him?
Oh, no, they're reviewing the drugs for the Oscars after party.
Oh, wait a minute. Is it the shining light of shame that should have been shining on Will Smith?
Yeah, it's...
Shame.
I'm going to take the pun that this is about the Oscars, Jeremy. And it was a pretty uneventful show this year. Nothing happened, no one talking about it.
I don't even watch them anymore. Nothing ever goes on. Of course it's the Oscars. Yeah. 94th Academy Awards were held on Monday. Kiwi Jane Campion's historic win for Best Director, somewhat overshadowed by The Slap, Will Smith v Chris Rock. Hollywood executives released a statement saying violence is never the answer, then went on to announce 3 more John Wick sequels and a remake of Die Hard.
I mean, this is great for Chris Rock's career. I'm so jealous. I've been trying to get Dane Rumble to nutshot me at the Vodafone Music Awards for years.
Well, that's actually true. They sold, I think, the 24 hours after this, they sold as many tickets to his new tour as they had in the whole previous month.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's almost like, as soon as it happened, you could see the money leaving Will Smith's account. Going into Chris Rock's, it's like he pay-waved his face, like, yo!
Do you know, it was so awkward in the room. I don't know if you watched it live. It was so awkward. I reckon they really could have, you know, calmed everybody down, had a little bit of a joke, and after it all happened, put Chris Rock's photo up in the in memoriam where they celebrate all the people who've died over the last year.
Yeah. It's kind of like the America's Cup, isn't it? 2 rich guys fighting.
It would have been like the America's Cup if Will Smith had approached the stage like, I'm gonna f*** you up.
I think Jane Campion's lucky that the Williams sisters weren't like, oh, we're slapping people now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Will was defending his wife, who is bald, and if I had to slap everyone who called my bald husband bald, it would be a lot of kids.
Do you know the lesson I take from this is that men just shouldn't be allowed out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just like they're too emotional, probably hormonal. Both of them probably on the rag.
All right, boys.
Just like there's nothing as bitchy as men to men. I mean, you guys, are the exception. I think of you as honorary chicks. But just men, just stay home.
Team 2, would you believe it? You've also got a picture. Why were these noble beasts in the news?
Oh wow, Australian porn is sort of sweet.
Looks like a couple of boys from Melbourne trying to double check they don't have shards of coke up their nose. Or like real first hug out of lockdown vibes.
I read a story this week.
Yes.
Apparently, we shouldn't be eating kangaroo meat, and New Zealanders, we eat it. And it goes in pet food and stuff like that as well. And there's somebody in Australia, and they've got their bloody pouch in a twist.
They have. Ben, yeah, you're on the right track there. New Zealanders are eating kangaroos to extinction. This is according to Australian animal activist Robin Parnell, and she's petitioned the New Zealand government to ban the import of kangaroo meat, saying our demand of over 115 tonnes in 5 years, that's a lot, may cause a localised extinction. Wow, this is surely the biggest conflict between two neighbouring countries right now.
We're helping though, because kangaroos are a pest over there.
Are they?
Yeah, they're a massive pest. That'd be like us complaining that they're eating all our, kiridu or something.
If you were walking through the forest and you came across a kiwi bird that had died of natural causes next to a fully functioning Weber barbecue, would you eat it?
Definitely.
Definitely?
Yeah.
What if it had drowned in a puddle of teriyaki sauce?
You're not making it harder. I'm still eating it.
Is it just me or does kangaroo meat sounds like an all-male strip review on the Gold Coast?
Oh, yes.
Well, on that note,
That's
is it
right.
weird that I find this picture strangely erotic?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
They're worried they're going to go extinct because there are only 30 or 40 million left. I don't think they have to worry.
30 million kangaroos.
Yeah.
So
6 times
everyone
the
in New Zealand would have
population.
to eat 6 kangaroos.
Correct.
Entire kangaroo.
Yeah.
And I struggle after 2.
Yeah. Kangaroos are a little bit weird when you see them up close. They're cut. They're the only sort of other animal with abs.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
The other animal.
Yeah.
What do you
But they do look like that kind of guy that's like, he's like,
Too many roids.
yeah. You go to the gym, bro? You go to the gym? No. Okay, see you later.
All right. All good newsmakers. For scores, let's have... this is a bit of a sad one, and I know this is sad for you, Juzzy. Age of Foo Fighters drummer Taylor Hawkins, who died in Bogota last Friday. He was just 50 years old, so you can have 50. And you, Team 2, can have the number of years an air traffic controller had his licence revoked for having sex while at work in the control tower. He lost it for 2 years, and we found out this week that decision was reversed because the judge could find no evidence that he was handcuffed at the time, so thought he could still do his job, which means you get 2, you get 50. Team 1 wins, gets a star.
I love that
Well, the star means nothing, does it, if there's nothing to play for? Let's take a look at this week's fresh prize, fresh from the headlines. Fire up the barbies, throw out the shrimp, because you're playing for this kangaroo meat pack. Thank you very much. Yeah, fresh from a pub raffle in the Australian outback. These are prime cuts of kanga. Avoid the pouch, though, a bit chewy. All right, time now for a round of Slice of 7, where an elite Kiwi musical act performs a topical song for the teams to decipher. Please welcome our musical guest for this week, South Auckland's very own Valkyrie. Right, Team 1, you're going to decipher what story Valkyrie's singing about. You ready?
Yeah, we're pumped.
So ready.
Maestros, take it away.
$80 reserved, that's my prize. I'm exposed and I'm an egg of lies. If a taxidermy is what you see, too bad 'cause I've got a quite different beat.
closest I've got to a live music gig in 2 years.
I can't hear anything.
I don't know. There was something about being next to the drums. I want to get pregnant again.
That's all it takes.
Any ideas, guys? There was talk of swans. There was talk of DNA tests.
Yeah, eggs.
I heard swans. I heard a kiwi. I know what it is.
Lana.
There was a swan mix-up between a swan egg and a kiwi egg. It was raised by another family. Something.
I believe in Lana Walters, Jeremy.
Yeah.
A swan and the kiwi egg have been a mix-up.
That's it. You're just throwing it out like that. You're nearly there. Yeah, the seller of a kiwi egg at a Dunedin taxidermy auction has been fined after DNA testing revealed it was actually an egg of a black swan. I actually once bought what I thought was a real egg, but when I opened it up, there was a small toy plane I had to assemble. Kind of surprised, to be honest.
Does that mean that out there somewhere there's a kiwi getting raised by swans?
Oh.
Maybe.
Just being like, oh, why are all my brothers and sisters flying?
Yeah, how disappointed would you be?
Yeah, and all the brothers and sisters are like, damn, that swan's got a fat ass.
I heard the starting bid for it was $80, which is just a little bit more than a dozen eggs at the supermarket now. Yeah.
I reckon, what if he did say it was a swan, but he was just saying it really fast? And it was like, and up on the next lot, we've got a genuine kiwi swan egg. Genuine kiwi swan egg, 100% a swan egg, going once, going twice. Sold! Next lot, we've got a 100% leopard skin dress from West Auckland.
I'm all for that, you know. I don't think they should be fined. I think it's like caveat emptor, right? Buyer beware. You take your chances at an auction.
Like Doc were the head of they were investigating this, and like they would be the least intimidating people to turn up on your door being like, bro, we've been investigating you. Can we have a word? And you just look at their khaki shorts like, yeah, all right, bro.
The Department of Conservation finding this person, it's just another example of the government getting involved in our taxidermy auctions, isn't it? I'm sick of it, you know, their bloody nanny state always coming to all our auctions.
Taxidermy cinder.
That's it, taxidermy cinder, that's what we call it. Team 2, you ready for a song from Valkyrie?
Yes, please.
All right, Valkyrie, all yours in your own time.
Magical jab up in my arm. It's a vaccine, yeah. We're gonna throw it in the dump for the protesters at Parliament. It's a wet dream, yeah. Because we purchased way too much, and now the use-by date is up. We're gonna throw it in the dump, in the dump, in the dump. And Ashley, hey, yeah, we wasted $800,000. They're not free, hey, yeah. Now we're vaccinating rubbish trucks.
Well done. Now, what did we hear there? I heard, do you know what I heard? I heard wet dream was the thing that stood out for me.
I heard wet dream too, but I wasn't going to talk about it.
I think it's because it's difficult to rhyme nocturnal emission. Right?
I definitely heard jab and dump.
Yeah, dump.
Jab and dump. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, this will be they got those other vaccines and the
The AstraZeneca one.
AstraZeneca ones, and we got to dump them all
rid of
because they're going off.
Because nobody bloody used them. Yeah, all right, yeah.
There we go, Jeremy. That is our answer. I think you probably picked it up from our little discussion that we didn't keep secret.
Yeah, I'll pay it, Team 2. Health officials are set to dump more than 76,000 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine, which have expired. They were imported to cater to those seeking an alternative to the Pfizer vaccine. The vaccine is used by date of April 4th, but dads around the country have assured the Ministry of Health that it still smells good, so it's probably fine.
It seems unnecessary to chuck it out. I mean, we should do what we usually do with stuff that's going off, is chuck it in the freezer so that we'll make vaccine muffins later.
Imagine my mum saying, it's, you know, a child in Africa would love to have that vaccine.
I've got genuine concern. Like, I hope the Ministry of Health have enough wheelie bins. Otherwise, they're going to be going around the neighbours just putting a few sneaky vaccines in there.
It's crazy that a lot of landfill now will be better vax than Destiny Church.
But we do hate waste here. Like, when I went to get my booster, one of the nurses dropped a whole tray of vaccines, and we all started chanting, "Floor suck, floor suck."
I wish I'd waited for AstraZeneca. Sounds way cooler. Pfizer, AstraZeneca.
Yeah, but you've got another Pfizer product probably at home. So you probably trust that brand.
I do trust the brand.
Yeah, 'cause you've got 2 children, so it definitely works.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. That is a good round of Slice 7. For points, you can have 3. Team 1, that's the number of women who have won Best Director at the Oscars' 94-year history. Of course, Jane Campion becoming just the 3rd, so you get 3. And Team 2, you can have the kilometres a courier driver from Timaru has racked up on his delivery van, 1 million. Good old, reliable Toyota Hiace. Congratulations. Team 2, the star is yours. Right, you can stream Valkyrie's music, including their latest single, Yardie Ya, where all good music is streamed, and that is a place called the Internet. They're off to the USA soon. Please don't forget about us. Give it up for Valkyrie. Let's be frank, everyone's a comedian these days, so why don't you prove it? Caption this photo, then text us your caption and your name to 4088. Best caption, according to our crack team of captioneers, wins $500 of franked energy credit. Please don't forget to include your name or you won't win a goddamn thing. You can take another look at the photo on our 7 Days Facebook page and we'll announce our winner toward the end of tonight's show. Time for a quick break. Set your clocks back to Island time. We'll be right back with Club Topicana. But I already know what's going to be number 1 in my end of year Spotify wrap-up. It's the sweet sound of the steel drums. Yeah, we know what that means, don't we? It is time for Club Topicana. Let's head on down to the beach. All right, the pineapple is, of course, top of 3 fruit salad fruit. Ask any expert. Lesser known fact is they contain little pieces of paper with stories from the week I'd like to hear more about. So let's dig in, shall we? And our first one is about the Oscars. This week saw Jane Campion become the 2nd New Zealander and just the 3rd woman to win Best Director at the Academy Awards. She did a fine job, but I'd like to see some terrible acceptance speeches, please. Terrible acceptance speeches.
Okay. As my mentor, Harvey Weinstein, once said...
Finally, a win for a straight white man.
So many people to thank. My makeup artist who did my makeup every day for months on end. I want to say Hannah.
I'd like to thank my family, my wife, my 2 kids. I'd also like to thank my secret family. Love you guys.
This is an honour, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the Illuminati.
Wow, thank you so much for this amazing humanitarian award. I don't deserve it. I actually really don't deserve it. I just hit a guy on a mobility scooter in the
Yeah, someone just hit me in the car park.
Wow.
Right, let's have a look at our next one. A 52-year-old Connecticut man enrolled himself into a local high school, 52, in an attempt to expose the school's security systems. The man lasted 1 day before he was arrested, so I guess they're pretty robust. I wonder, though, what would be some things said by a 52-year-old high school student?
Hello, my name's Jeremy Corbett. I'm looking for my new wife.
Looks like Team 2's winning tonight.
So detention, I just get to sit there and do nothing and no one talks to me? It sounds amazing.
Yeah, hey, bro, I'll swap you that little snack for this little blue pill.
Oh my God, you guys. Did anyone see The Chase last night?
Have I got a TikTok? Right here.
Okay, if I can get through kindy in my 30s, I can get through this.
Yeah, it's shepherd's pie for a play lunch. What do you kids have?
So we're doing it over Zoom, is it? I'm on my iPad, you see?
All right. An Australian man revealed this week he is hired by clients on their deathbeds to attend their funerals and reveal shocking news to their friends and relatives, making him the world's only full-time professional funeral crasher. I'm not sure it gets much worse, but I'd like to see more bad funeral etiquette. Bad funeral etiquette, please.
Hello, I'm Jeremy Corbett's wife. I'm looking for a new husband.
Really, really sorry about Sally. I see that you're burying her in the blue dress. Does it have to be the blue dress? Because I lent that to her last year and she...
Well, at least she died doing what she loved. Methamphetamine.
Oh my God, somebody left the lid up.
What do you mean I can't put my McFlurry cup in there? You're going to burn it.
Sorry, I just wanted to hear nice things said about me.
Great. All right, we'll go to the pineapple one more time. Oh, yes, OK. So a Taranaki business owner has lost his years-long battle to open a strip club in the city of New Plymouth, leaving him a hefty bill of unpaid rent. Real shame for the community, isn't it? Give me some things we'll never get to hear at the Taranaki strip club.
Just remember, these are ladies, so do not touch them on the udders.
Hi, I'm Justine Hurley.
All right, please welcome to the stage everybody's favourite, ooh-wah!
You know, I didn't think you'd be able to dance very well to Wagon Wheel, but here we are.
I don't really think of it as stripping. I think of it as art. Like, I am the moanga, and then my clothes are like the cloud cover that just drifts away.
Hi, I'm Phoenix Hurley.
Look, sir, this is not the Lynn Lai Museum. Please put your wind wand away.
Yeah, I'm just here to pick up my kids. Yeah. No, I'll wait.
All right, time to put the lid on the pineapple and play the steel drums one more time. Let's hear it. Teams, you can sit yourself down. All right, Team 1, you can have the rate you'd be earning for fruit picking thanks to a shortage of labour. You can get about $60 an hour now for picking your kiwi fruit. That's 60 for you. And Team 2, you can have the speed a completely paralysed man spelled out his first sentence via a brain implant this week. Took him 1 letter per minute, and his first historic sentence was, "I want a beer."
Yeah, good on it.
Well done. You get 1 and you get 60. Team 1 wins. Well done, a star for you, Team 1. All right, almost break time on 7 days. First, a quick round of Where is the Lie? I'm going to read 4 headlines, 3 of which are from actual newspapers and 1 of which is completely fabricated. Up to our teams to spot the phony. Let's read our headlines for this week. Headline A, South Korean doctor says people who haven't caught COVID yet probably don't have any friends. Headline B, UK man fills petrol tank with olive oil due to high petrol prices. Headline C, O.J. Simpson condemns Will Smith's violent outburst. And D, Amazonian theme park offers swim with piranhas experience. Oh. Interesting, isn't it? Which of those is a lie? You can play that at home and we'll tell you after the break which one is. Everyone's a critic these days. No, seriously. Send your frank feedback about 7 days to this email address. Stay tuned for how we use it. Could be a laugh. Welcome back to 7 Days. We do appreciate appreciate your eyes on our show. And maybe you were playing over the break, Where is the Lie? We have 4 headlines up there. 3 are actually real. 1 is made up. The teams need to guess which one. Team 1, you've had a bit of time. What have you come up with?
Okay. First one, I don't believe that. You know, I haven't had COVID and I have lots of friends.
Oh, do you though?
So I've got my baby.
Exactly. I feel like B has got to be the lie. And I am a woman who is well aware that men do absolutely stupid things.
But have you seen the price of olive oil? I don't reckon it's that much of a saving. Yeah. I mean, C is too good to be true.
D is believable.
D's believable. I've caught a piranha once.
What? Where?
Yeah, and you're not going to believe this. In the Amazon.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, mate, we've all travelled.
How did you catch it? Well, I want to hear this. How did you catch a piranha?
We had a guide, a ranger of some sort, take us out, and he took us fishing with like bamboo and fishing line with little hooks, and he just knew the spot, and you pull them out. I've got photos.
Then what did you do with it?
Just caught it and throw it back.
Yeah.
Was it going?
Yeah.
And then I was asked to leave Kelly Talton's.
Maybe olive oil? Because
Sure.
there's no way OJ didn't say that.
I reckon.
He's so funny on Twitter, OJ Simpson.
Yeah.
It's so crack up. He's just always like, having a good day on the golf course, and all his replies like, you kill people.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Another time. What do you... Oh, I think A is true. I think D is true. B or C, what do you reckon?
I reckon it's got to be B.
B. We'll go with B, Jeremy.
Team 1, you're going with B. All right. Team 2, Where is the Lie?
See, I think it's B as well, because I think the English would use peanut oil because they're dull and boring.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Also, with OJ Simpson condemns Will Smith's violent outburst, he might be condemning that it wasn't violent enough.
Very good point.
Yeah.
He's just outside the Oscars in a white Bronco, like, Will, get in, man. We gotta go. We gotta go.
I believe there would be an Amazonian theme park, because I think that's all that's left of the Amazon now.
Yeah.
So yeah, the one that you would admit, if you look at it, you glance at, you're like piranhas. Who would get in there and dig it? And so my vote would be D.
All right.
Him and them.
So what are we saying? D? We're saying D's the lie?
Should we say D?
I'd go D.
D is the lie.
I mean, I want to go B, but they did. So
Do you know what? Let's go B.
Okay.
Okay, is that locked in?
Yep.
Locked in, you both think that the lie is B.
Yeah.
Well, would you believe they can strip a cow down to the bone in about 30 seconds? The lie is D. The Amazonian theme park. You do not swim with piranhas. You should have gone with your first idea.
I tell you
Never
what,
mind.
When I've got
team.
When I've got the munchies, I can strip a cow down that fast as well.
Yeah, so the other 3 are right. I hope you got it right at home. We are going to move on 7 days. It's time now for Good News Battle. Yes, I've tasked our panellists with scouring the headlines for news that is at least somewhat uplifting. And the news that lifts us up the most wins a big, fat Good News star. I'm going to start with Team 1. Lana, I'm going to pick on you, because I know you always bring good news.
Okay, so I have a story which shows that even in the darkest places, light can shine through. A baby has been born at a South Canterbury pub. They did mean to have the baby at the Timaru Hospital, but baby just came way too fast, so they had her right there in the pub, which was actually kind of good because they were able to have their baby in the same place she was conceived.
That's lovely.
Which is a really special moment. And I hear, it was so beautiful seeing the mum there holding her baby. Some of the people playing pokies almost turned around.
It's beautiful. And I've heard that pub is actually a lot cleaner than the Timaru Hospital, so...
So her water broke in the pub, and then everyone was like, floor suck, floor suck.
And the great thing is, in a year's time, they're going to go back for baby's first pub crawl.
I heard that they named it after the pub.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be the Busted Hog McMenamin.
As soon as it was born, they were like, just chuck it in the car with the other kids in the parking lot.
The rugby's on, we're going to finish the match.
Biff had a packet of chips and a Coke through the window.
Somehow you've taken that good news and made it all bad. But it was still good news, Lana. Very good. We're going over to Team 2. Michelle, what
Yes.
good news do you bring?
Oh my God, this is the most beautiful story, aesthetically and spiritually and culturally. It's called Guarding the Art at the Baltimore Museum of Art. What they did was they got all the security guards who work in the art gallery to curate their own exhibition of the paintings that they most like, because they spend more time in the art gallery than anybody else, so they got to put it together. And it challenges that idea about who gets to talk about art, who gets to tell us what art is. One of the guards, Rob, which is an ironic name actually for a guard if you ask me, he described his favourite painting as, it was an abstract oil, he described it as challenging, confrontational and improvisational, which proves that anybody can become an art wanker.
Wow, this piece is beautiful. I love the striking red colour. Yeah, that's the fire extinguisher, mate.
All right, back to Team 1 now. Juzzy, surely you've found something good.
I've got a great news story, Jeremy. It is, I'm a bit nervous about making jokes about hair after what's happened, but it is about hair. It's a hair story. This woman, right, she had long hair, and she saw this tiny baby finch that had been lost from its family. It had dropped out of the sky or something. And she nurtured it, and she kept it with her for 84 days, and it nested in her hair, and she really, look, aww, and it made a little nest in her hair like that. And I can relate to this because when I was a waitress in the 90s, I had really long hair, and one morning I woke up and I had like 3 pens and part of a hard shell taco.
Some dude.
Oh, so, yeah, some bartender called Larry. But anyway, yeah. So she looked after it, nurtured it, and then she let it go. And when its family came back, and it joined its family, and then she saw like a whole lot of finches, and then one that just stopped and looked at her, and she thought, "That's the finch. That's her finch." It's a really beautiful story.
It's a Disney movie.
It is a Disney movie, I know, I really thought that too, but then also I thought, I looked up bird stories, and apparently there's another New Zealand woman who also had a bird in her hair, but was tragically killed by John Key. Yeah.
I can relate as well. I'm partway through lockdown, I just got a wicked wing stuck in my hair.
But when I found this story to be a good news story, I did wonder, is it a good news story? Is it a cry for help?
That would save time having to explain that you're having a mental breakdown.
I want to know is how many days do you reckon it was before the boyfriend noticed?
Yeah.
I reckon it was like day 20. He was like, "Have you done something to your hair?"
Paul Douglas, coming over to you. I'd love to know what good news you've
Well,
got.
this is the goodest of news, especially if you're like, my way inclined, is the Mexican president has decided that the presidential plane is just far too luxurious for him. He's not using it enough. It's kind of bleeding money. So what he's going to do, they've tried selling it, won't sell. So what they're going to do is just rent it out to punters, for birthday parties and whatnot.
So they're renting it out.
Yeah.
That's why I heard, "Hola, welcome to Jetstar."
You'd also be like, I don't want to turn this from good news to bad news, but I'd be like a little sceptical because I swear, like, the Mexican president, he'd be like, take the plane, like, it's on me, go to Miami, gate 14. Don't check the luggage. You'll see my guy.
So in a way, he's running a country and an airline, so Chris Luxon is absolutely fizzing.
Great round of good news battle, everyone. A life is worth living once again, so thanks for that. I'd like to say the goodest news, though, came from Team 1! Boom, you get another star. Well done, Team 1. We move on now for our next game. It's called Ad Break. In this game, we sit here while you watch some ads. We'll be back soon, though, with a round of Quiz-Tory Never Repeats on 7 Days. Now on 7 Days for Quiz-Tory Never Repeats, the game where we look back through this 7-day period in history, test our panellists on their general knowledge, their handwriting and their drawing. Get your whiteboards ready if you would, teams. It's time for your first question. 1974 we travel back to. On this week then, what did Chinese farmers discover when digging in one of their wells? In 1974. The world population in 1974 reached what number? Anyone? 4 billion. 4 billion. Haven't we done well since then? A lot of new kids, a lot of rooting. The top Billboard song in 1974 was The Way We Were by Barbara Streisand.
Scattered pictures. Sorry.
Lovely, Juzzy, lovely. Then, on This Week in 1974, what did Chinese farmers discover when digging in one of their wells?
They found 2 other wells. Well.
Not sure if it works translated into Chinese, but very good.
Yes.
Michele, we're coming to you. On This Week in 74, what did Chinese farmers discover when digging in one of their wells?
They found a bat which made one of them sick, so they sent it, they put it in a jar and stored it in Wuhan.
And someone who hadn't brought their peanut butter to work opened the jar. OK, Paul, in 1974, what did Chinese farmers discover?
Is it the OG made in China sign?
Yeah.
It was
You're
the
getting
original
warmer.
one.
You're getting warmer.
Yeah.
Lana?
Was it that scary girl from The Ring?
No, it wasn't. Justine?
Was it just another white girl asking for a tattoo on her lower back?
Just some of those Chinese signs, whatever they mean. Chinese characters. All right, Rhys, you're writing furiously. Rhys, on This Week in 1974, what did Chinese farmers discover when digging in one of their wells?
A boy Lassie couldn't be stuffed telling us about.
Well, we tried, but we just wouldn't understand. It was pretty cool, actually. It was an army of terracotta soldiers made in the 3rd century BC, depicting the armies of Chinese Emperor Qin Shi Huang. 8,000 sculptures were discovered in the dig, though they had to destroy 7,999 of them due to China's strict one terracotta soldier policy. 78, we're going to, on This Week in 1978, a new rule was passed in New Zealand that required all houses to have what? 1978. First ever Garfield comic strip appeared in American newspapers. Best Picture winner in 1978, Annie Hall. The video game Space Invaders was released in 1978. Oh, it changed my life. And NASA unveiled the first ever group of women astronauts that year. All right, we'll come to you, Rhys. 1978, a new rule was passed in New Zealand requiring all houses to have what?
Single glazed windows.
Job done. Tick. Everyone passed. Not the answer I have. Lana?
Shag carpeting.
Yeah, man. Love that. It was definitely a 70s thing and a sunken lounge. Juzzy?
An air fryer change your life?
What does change your life? You're a bit too soon.
Bit premature.
Yeah, 78's a bit early for the air fryer. That's more like last November. All right, Ben, what have you got?
Sweet asbestos.
Yeah, man. The best sound suppressor ever.
Exactly. Yeah.
Stops all noise eventually.
And surprisingly tasty.
Very tasty. Yeah. All right, Michele, what happened in 1978?
I'm warning you, I'm not very good at drawing, but you had to have orange floral wallpaper and a waterbed. That's a tap and a waterbed.
The waterbed. Just one of those, never took off. Was great in the 70s. Paul Douglas, 78. You weren't even born.
Yeah,
what did all houses have to have?
If this wasn't it, then I don't know what was. There's got to be the coil stove for spots.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
Come on.
All right, 1978. The correct answer is the Local Government Amendment Act required all houses to have a minimum level of insulation. And if you're unaware, insulation is that fluffy stuff in your walls that keeps your house warm. And if you're flatting in Dunedin, warm is that comfortable feeling you get when you go home to stay with mum and dad. That's a stunning round of Quiz 3. I hope we all learned something. Our panellists certainly didn't. No one got any of them right, which is why I'm awarding no stars that round. No stars. No stars. Time for a short break. I recommend not leaving, though, because we're going to be back soon with a thrilling game of Beat the Ding on 7 days. It is time now for Beat the Ding. This is the game where I tell our panellists about a news story, then make them list things loosely related to it whilst under immense time pressure. There is a star up for grabs with every ding. So, let's get dinging, shall we? Number 1. Transmission Gully finally opened this week after 12 million hours of work went into the construction. Loosely based. Lana, you have 12 seconds to name 7 roads. Go.
Old North Road, New North Road, Great South Road, Great North Road, Taranaki Road, Ocean Road, Beach Road, Other Beach Road.
Really good.
Yeah.
You got it. Well done, Lana. The staff team won.
Yes, please.
You could have gone State Highway 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Everyone's smart afterwards. All right. On Tuesday morning, we found out New Zealand's defence of the America's Cup will be taking place in the true blue Kiwi town of Barcelona, Spain. Ben, you have 10 seconds to name 6 Spanish words.
Donde está el pollo, which is where is the chicken. Por favor, which is if you please. That'll do.
Boom. That'll do it. He's done it. Well done, Ben.
I never would have thought of doing it in the
We're going to pay that one. Staff team.
You guys not know where is the chicken is your first Spanish phrase.
You land in Barcelona, you go straight to the KFC. Donde está el pollo?
Por favor.
Play to your strengths, eh? Play to your strengths. All right, we move on. This week, an Auckland grandmother was the sole winner of a $28 million Powerball Juzzy. You have 12 seconds to name 5 rich people and 2 grannies. Go.
Jeremy Corbett, Elon Musk, Clark Gayford, Simon Le Bon, Mick Fleetwood.
You might have got there, but you didn't get the grannies. We needed 2 grannies. That's hard.
2 grannies. Granny Clampett and me.
Granny.
Granny Smith. All right, the Broadcasting Standards Authority have released their research into the most offensive words in New Zealand. Rhys, I promise I'll get these beeped. You have 10 seconds to say 6 words you can't say on TV. Go.
Oh, flaps, smoker, asshole, rag, face, 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 face,
You put a lot of them together, but to be honest, arsehole's fine. You can say arsehole. Yeah. Well done. You get yourself a star for your team, Rhys. Who's going to beat the ding now? Sonny Bill Williams won his fight against AFL legend Barry Hall in 120 seconds. Paul, you have 120 centi-seconds, which is 12 seconds, to name 6 sports people you could beat in a fight. Go.
Oh my God. Sonny Bill Williams. Beatrice Falmawina.
No way!
Really wrong answers, but good entertainment. Thank you, Paul. Can't give you a star for that. Finally, though, you probably know who this is going to be. After Will Smith ruined the 94th Oscars this week, Michele, you have 9.3 seconds to name 4 famous Wills and 2 famous Smiths. Go.
Justine Smith, Sam Smith, Will Ferrell, Will... James Smith, good sport.
Did we get enough Wills? And we need 4 famous Wills. I don't think you got 4 famous Wills.
No, I don't think I get anything.
You got enough famous Smiths, and you also answered part of Rhys's question in the middle there. And that final ding signals the end of our show. Let's go to the sticker chart one last time to see who takes the trophy home. Congratulations, Team 1. You have won fair and square. Here is your meat pack. It's on the menu for the foreseeable future for you guys. That was 7 Days Tonight. Please join me in thanking our panelists this week. Rhys, Lana, Juzzy, Ben, Michele and Paul. We'll see you in 7 days on 7 Days Tonight.
Thanks, New Zealand On Air. Get my money out your funding mouth. Get my money out your funding mouth.
I just want to apologise for Ben's outburst. I want to apologise to the Academy. I just want to be a vessel for love. Hope you have me back.